Hello, my name is Shannon. I am the Rural Grant Coordinator slash Victim Advocate slash Prevention Educator with Sexual Assault Services of Northwest New Mexico. I'm from Kayenta and Denahotso. My clans are Logadene, Ashihi, Tkochini, and Tkabaha. And I've been living in the Farmington area for since I can say maybe 97. Went to school at Farmington High School and just been in the area since. My passion was to be a social worker. I did AmeriCorps, CASA with Child Haven, Big Sisters program. The Rural Coordinator means I particularly work in the areas that are most rural surroundings, such as tribal areas. So that can go into parts of the corners of Arizona, maybe Utah, down towards McKinley County, Crown Point, and the furthest I do go out and provide services to is Dulce in Rio Arriba. Prevention educator is just teaching and educating our community members, particularly our youth, about prevention of sexual violence or receiving any kind of education surrounding prevention of sexual violence from ages to 0 all the way up to elderly. Victim advocate is a person who provides support to victims, survivors, their families, their loved ones, just being there as a person who can provide them any kind of additional resources or referrals that maybe we can't provide them while they see us here at SAS. And then also just being there as additional individual who can provide any kind of needs that they might have even after their initial visit. When I first came to SAS, I hadn't even traveled outside of the Four Corners. To me, it's kind of funny because I was that res girl that very rarely didn't even travel outside of the res. So when I came to SAS, I experienced my first national training. I went to Chicago, I went to Pittsburgh, Washington, Los Angeles, and first time I ever even flown, I was with SAS. And so that was a really good experience for me. Just receiving the kind of training that I've gotten here really helped me build on working with population that I really have a lot of compassion for. I went back to school, and that was back in 2009. I started school at San Juan College, and I went for human services, and then right after I was about to complete there, I went to New Mexico Highlands and did a dual. Prior to graduating San Juan College, I entered their program for my bachelor's of social work, and I was there and completed that. Did a practicum over at Child Haven with the CASA program. I was currently a CASA then too, so I really enjoyed working with that program and being a part of that organization. So I really wanted to go into social work and gain more experience on what they were able to provide me being a CASA advocate. And so after I got my bachelor's degree in social work, I went to work with sexual assault services as a prevention educator and a administrative assistant. I worked there, been here for since 2013, and worked for about maybe a couple of years here in the position that I was in, and I was really grateful that Ileana allowed me to continue my education, and I was able to get on with the cohort in Durango with the Four Corners social work program with the University of Denver, and I did the advanced placement portion with their social work and master's degree. So I completed that in 2016 and graduated in June. So it was really fast. But I was able to also do my practicum with SAS, which was really helpful because I was employed here, and so that was convenient for me. But Ileana really had my back, and she was always willing to let me pursue my education, get lots of sleep. I spent a lot of time at home with my kids, especially now. I really try not to take my kids out, just with everything that's going on. And I like to take my daughter's dog, Sadie, out for walks and sometimes runs. And my son, Tristan, enjoys riding his bike. And so we try to spend some time outdoors. And I live in an area where I can do that. And there's really not a lot of people that are outdoors up there where I live. So that's pretty good. And really just take a lot of time with my kids now since my daughter's home. And then also try to do a lot of running. I've been trying to get back into running lately, and I haven't done it. So a lot of outdoor stuff and a lot of time with my daughter's dog. I wasn't really a pet person, but she kind of grew on me, so now she's kind of like my dog. It's hard to not get close to clients. You know, you have to have that boundary with some of them. As an advocate, it's so hard to not get personal with them and to have some emotional involvement there. But I really have an attachment with the Native teen girls, and there's just one particularly that I worry about. But to know that she was appreciative of what we were able to provide her in her time of need, especially not having a mother or a sister or any kind of female role models in her life, and for her to say, you know, thank you for doing this for me and coming with me and being there and going to my school and going to court and talking to other people, because when somebody tells you, you don't see me like other people see me, it really means something, to where you have an actual meaning to them. And just being an advocate is just not the initial visit. You know, they're here for a SANE exam and you don't ever see them again. Unfortunately, sometimes we are going to see them again. But to treat those visits each differently and to let them know that we're going to be here and we're always going to treat them with respect. And to know that this particular individual was appreciative of us providing our services. Then also just having that additional appreciation, because sometimes we don't get those simple cases. And to hear, you know, girls say thank you for being there and thank you for believing me, because nobody else maybe doesn't believe them. And so that always means something, because when they say that, you know, what you did when you had that time with them really touched them, and also let them know that they weren't alone when they needed somebody to trust in them, and that, you know, it's good that they got help. And that always makes us know that the job that we're doing, it means something, and that we're just not here for a job. And that's what I really enjoy working in the rural tribal communities, is that there's more girls like that out there in the community that do need help. And so that's what I enjoy doing, and that's why I work here with SAS, because that allows me to be there for our community members, our tribal members, especially our youth, because in those times of needs, sometimes, you know, we don't reach some of those young girls. And so making that difference, even that one time, and hearing that, it does make a difference. And you never know, maybe she'll tell other people and try to share that experience and say, you know, I got help at this place one time. maybe you should go there and get help, because they really were there for me.